Good morning. Hope you all are fit and fine. In previous video, we have discussed about the angular velocity, change in angle with respect to time, omega. And then we have to relate the linear velocity and the angular velocity. And the formula is V is equals to omega r. Now we have to derive the formula of angular acceleration. So here, and that is that acceleration which is in the center, that is called centripetal acceleration. Centripetal acceleration. Now for that, this is the object moves on the circular path, and here just we have to consider the two positions of the object. This one is P, means the object start, this is 0, O, this is O, and after time t it reaches to P, and after time t plus delta t it reaches to Q. So here this is the tangent at point P, this one is V1, and here again we have to draw the tangent, this is V2. This angle is delta theta. So here after that, this V1 and V2, these are the two vector quantities. So this one is the point parallel to this one, and here this is parallel to V2. This is V1 and this is V2. This point is A, this point is A, and this point is B, this point is C. Now here, so this is the direction of V1 and this is the direction of V2, and this is BC. So here AB according to the law of triangle, and this angle is delta theta. So AB plus BC is equal to AC. So this BC is equals to AC minus AB, vector sign, and then this is AC is what? V2 minus V1. So this is V2 minus V1 and this is delta V. So this one is the relation, this is with the help of this we can find BC, that is delta V. Now after that, here we have the two triangle POQ and BAC. So in that two triangle, first is OP by OQ. So OP is what? Radius, and OQ is what? Radius. So the ratio of these two is equals to 1. Now as we know that the magnitude of V1 is equals to the magnitude of V2, and let it be V. So now if I write AB by AC is equals to magnitude of V1, AB is equals to magnitude of V2 is equals to V by V, that means 1. So in triangle POQ and triangle ABC, in these two triangles, here OP by OQ is equals to 1 is equals to AB by AC. If these two are equal, so what can we say here? In these two triangles, the ratio of the corresponding sides are equal. And you might have read one theorem in class 10th. In two triangles, if the ratio of corresponding sides are equal, so that two triangles are similar. On the basis of that theorem, we can say that delta POQ is equals to, triangle POQ is equals to, is similar to triangle ABC. And if the triangles are similar, then the ratio of other corresponding sides are also equal. So in that case, PQ by OQ is equals to BC. PQ by OQ is equals to BC upon AB. BC upon AB. So PQ, this is PQ. What is that PQ? That is the arc, and this is delta S, and divided by this is R, radius, and this BC is delta V divided by V. So from this we can write, here, we can write delta V is equals to V by R into delta S. Now both this equation is divided by T. So this is delta V by delta T is equals to V by R into delta S divided by delta T. So change in velocity with respect to time, that is the acceleration, and this is V divided by R, and delta S by delta T is V. So A is equals to V square by R. This is the acceleration of the particle executed the circular motion. A is equals to V square by R. That is the acceleration, and this acceleration is, with the help of this, the center can be secant some, so that is known as the centripetal acceleration, means the center of the circular motion can be determined. So this is called centripetal acceleration. And similarly, if this, we know that force is equals to mass into acceleration. So now this force mv square by r, just put the value of a here. So this is called centripetal force. This is centripetal force. So here that you have learned about the centripetal acceleration and the centripetal force. Now what is the direction of the centripetal force? So as we know that this is the direction of the centripetal acceleration, means it is towards the center. Why it is towards the center? Because the angle between tangent and radius is 90 degree. So that the direction of centripetal acceleration is towards the center. Now the relation between the angular acceleration and linear acceleration. So that is very simple how this relation can be derived. So for that we have to start from the relation between the linear velocity and angular velocity. V is equals to omega r. So now this one is going to be differentiated. So this is dv by dt is equals to r constant d omega by dt. So this is the change in linear velocity with respect to time. So it is said to be linear acceleration, and change in angular velocity with respect to time, angular acceleration, that is alpha. So A is equals to r alpha is equals to A divided by r. This is the relation between the linear acceleration and angular acceleration. So in this whole circular motion, first is angular displacement delta theta, then angular velocity omega, then acceleration v square by r, and then relation between them linear acceleration and angular alpha, A is equals to r alpha. One very important point is frequency. Number of revolution per second is known as the frequency, and time to complete one revolution is time period. So the relation between them, T is equals to 1 by mu or f frequency, or f is equals to 1 by T. So here frequency. Now here one more thing, V is equal, here in one complete rotation, that is V, total angle subtended 2 pi, time taken, time period. So V is equals to 2 pi mu. This is also one of the relation. This is called angular velocity, or the angular is or frequency. V is equals to 2 pi nu. Nu is the frequency. Thank you. Have a nice day.